Hey, welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell, today's a beautiful day in Colorado here. It's going to be pretty hot, so I'm kind of hiding in the shade. But today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I want to go through some of our recent projects, what we've bought, different places where we got them at, what we paid for them, what was wrong, and like what kind of deals we got on them. So this is a 1990 Bronco. I actually picked this up off a marketplace for $1,600. So when I bought it, the engine was completely out of the truck and it was just sitting in the back of the Bronco. There were no heads on it, and it was at a shop, and the owners were trying to get it fixed, and it was taking the shop over 2 years to get it done. So they just told them to put it up on marketplace for sale. And I think it was up there for like $2,000, and I just haggled them down to $1,600, and yeah, picked this up and put it back together and got it running in a day. So essentially all it needed was heads and some gaskets and new fluids, and it was good to go. And this guy here is a 2008 YFZ 450F. It is a special edition, I think the race edition. I bought this one on marketplace for $1,000 about a year ago. The engine, or it just wouldn't start. So the guy had it all completely apart. The head was taken off, all the pieces were out, the piston was taken off, and the valves itself were just gone. They needed to be replaced. So I took the whole thing apart and I actually put some performance upgrade parts in here: high compression piston, all new valves, springs, valve guides, seats, all that stuff. And this thing is a beast and a ton of fun. So got it for $1,000. They usually go for like $3,500 to $4,000 ish around here. So it was a really good deal. I think it maybe cost me probably like $400 to get it up and running and fixed. This one here is my favorite. I actually got this Indian off of Copart. This was, I think I paid out the door $9,300 with taxes, fees, and shipping. I don't remember exactly where it came from, but brand new bike, 2022, and it has on here I think 500 miles still, so it's pretty much brand new. I just rebuilt this last year. Let's see if we can get that to, there we go, 539 miles. So this one was laid down when it was first bought by, I don't know, whoever. It was, had 52 miles on when I picked it up. So the only thing that I haven't fixed on here was the gas tank. As you can see, it's dented here, but everything else completely new. All of the right side components, exhaust, everything back, all the pegs, the brakes, the front lights. The back was dinged up, and I repaired the paint back here. Can't really tell, but it looks okay. You can kind of see a little bit of it there. But yeah, so this thing is in great shape, brand new bike for really good discount. I think they go new for like 15 to 16,000 bucks, so saved like $6,000 there. And then this guy is a 2009 YZ 450F. This was $200 I got on marketplace. The guy had seized up the engine and didn't know what was wrong with it, couldn't get it to start over. He said he was riding it, just locked up on him, and he couldn't even kick it over. So I got this, and I replaced pretty much just the crank and the bottom end, bearings, things like that, and got it up and running. And it maybe cost me, I think, $400 for the crank and a couple other various parts. So that was a really good deal. This one is actually up for sale on marketplace here in Colorado Springs if anybody's interested. And then this one here is the same 2009 YZ 450F. This one was blown up completely. There was a huge hole in the front of the motor right here. So I got some new case halves, new bottom end. It needed a transmission, a crank, pretty much everything on the bottom end was fully replaced, and then it had a brand new head on it that the previous owner had replaced right before the bottom went. So this engine in this bike is pretty much brand new, and it rides awesome, rides like a champ. Love this bike. This one is also up for sale on marketplace if you are interested in that. So all right, next up is a 2001 KZ 2505 camper. This is a 25-foot camper, I think. It's actually pretty big. The back pops out. You can see in the back. I'll show you inside here in a second. But I picked this up off of Copart for 3,100 bucks. I picked it up in Denver, drove up there, and got it home the same day I won the auction. So this thing is pretty awesome. $3,000, can't beat that. There was a lot of stuff wrong with it when I first got it. So the fridge didn't work, the water heater didn't work, the inside heater itself didn't work, and there must have been a huge leak in the back. Well, there was a huge leak in the back top corners on both sides as the inside floor was rotted out. But I had actually already replaced that. I dug into it right away, and we took it camping within like 3 days of buying this thing. So in the back here, you can see that the couch is out. I was working on the heater just last night and got that running. But so yeah, I tore up the floor, replaced everything in here, and then we just have to get some more linoleum and get that fixed up. But this is a table, kind of pops up and the table pops out there. The couch goes here and turns into a bed, and then there's a queen bed in the back. And then we have a full bathroom shower in here, which is pretty awesome. I'm still working on a couple little parts. The shower works, everything works now, pumps work. It's just I have to replace some of the stuff that's kind of old and messed up. Toilet works awesome. And in the back half here, you have 4 kind of bunk bed bunks here. This side also was leaking a little bit in the corners, so you can see a little bit of water damage there. And then on the other side there, I've already sealed the tops, but I need to kind of come in here and pull this down and clean some stuff up. I want to take the carpet out as well, and maybe turn this back half into the master and put a king bed back here, but that's going to be a project for another time. So what was wrong with this? It said hail damage, but this thing I found out after buying it that it was actually sitting at the Copart lot for years and years. I found a receipt in here from 2017, and the registration on the license plate was 2018. So I assume they hadn't used it in forever, and it was just kind of sitting and kind of rotting away. But it's actually in really good shape, minus the floors and the rotting in the back there, which I've already fixed. And yeah, so other than that, the heater was not working. There's a plug for some reason in the back here that was unplugged. It took me a while to find that because the power to this was working. The fan and stuff would turn on, but it wouldn't kick on the gas and actually blow hot air. So I got that fixed last night. I also was working on the fridge. We didn't have a fridge while we were out. There was no power to this whatsoever, but I went into the back and checked all the power through a multimeter, found out that everything was good there. The control board had the right power, everything was working out should. So I traced it up to this and just pulled this little control panel off, and on the back of that is a ribbon cable, and the ribbon cable where the 12-volt power comes into this to control the buttons was just popped. It just had like a little burn mark in it, so I scraped it off and used some like a little soldering pen I had, and worked fine. Came back in and plugged it in, and now we have freezer and fridge. So cold in there, feels good. I think that's about it on here. Everything else pretty much works. All the lights work. It's really great, a lot of fun. We took it out camping this weekend and just got back yesterday, and it was great. So really happy with that purchase. And then let's see, the last thing I have out here is this trailer. I actually got this trailer for, I think it was $400. A guy was turning an old camper that he tore the top off into a travel trailer, like a toy hauler, car hauler or whatnot. So this was, yeah, like I said, $400. You'd usually pay like $3,000 for something about this size. It's 17 feet, I believe. Dual axle, 7,500 pounds. So far I've put all these lights on here. I had them from an old pop-up camper. None of the lights were on here when I first bought it. It had the 7-pin plug, but it wasn't wired up at all. So I did that, at least so it could be roadworthy. And then I have another video where I put all these D-rings on. You can see that. And then in my dirty shop that I have not cleaned, we have new hubs for to get rid of those old 1970s hubs over there. So 5 lug hubs. We have the rims here, the tires, and then we have an E-Track kit so we can have more tie downs. So if you're not familiar with E-Tracks, they kind of clip into place with these guys here. And then I have 3 of these, which are for motorcycles, dirt bikes, so you can kind of tie them down without moving around. Just makes it more secure. So, one last thing for the Suburban, which we'll see in a new video. These are all performance parts I picked up to help with towing that big thing. It tows pretty good with the Suburban, but I needed a little bit extra power just for going up hills and stuff in the mountains. So we got some long tube headers, some new heads. These are performance heads from RHS. Not really sure who that is or where that's from. I'm not a big LS guy, but I guess we'll start getting into it. I have a new fuel pump, E85 sensor, and then a fast intake. So that should at least get me a little bit more airflow and a little bit more power, some low end torque to help tow the big trailers. So that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I just kind of wanted to walk through some of the projects and some of the deals that I've got through Copart, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever. I'm always looking for stuff, buying things that are broken, fixing them. I wanted to show you guys one last thing. Probably saw it when we walked in, but so here in the camper, I picked up this this inverter from Tractor Supply. So it's, as you can see, it's brand new, but it was an open box that somebody had bought as a return online. So they don't actually sell this model in the store, but the guy bought it, filled it up with fluids, and tried to use it, and it wasn't turning on. You could turn it and push the power button and it would try to start, but it would never actually start. So the guy returned it, and nobody knew what was wrong with it at the store. So I got $300 off of this $800 inverter, and the only problem was this little screen right here. Right in the back of that is a plug. I'll see if I can show you here. So back up in there, you can see the wires and that little white plug. That plug was just, so yeah, I guess the point of this video is just to kind of walk you guys through some of the things that I've worked on, the projects I've bought, some deals I've got, but also to tell you, like, if you see a good deal on something that's broken, see if you can fix it. Most time people will have something, it doesn't work, they try to push a few buttons and then they'll just get rid of it. My whole life I've been getting people's computers and like old bikes and things that they just don't know how to fix. Projectors, I was doing that for a while. I do a lot of electronics as well. So yeah, it's fun for me. There's always a video out there or something you can Google to figure out how to fix stuff. So if you're not really good at that and you want to try to get a deal, then go for it. And even if you don't know what's going on, shoot me a message. I fixed pretty much anything you can think of. And if I don't know how to do it, I can at least point you in the right direction on how to troubleshoot and figure out what's wrong with it. So that's kind of why I made this channel, just to help people out and show people that they can get deals on stuff. And yeah, you don't always have to pay full price for nice things. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for this one. So subscribe and like, comment, whatever, ask me questions, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. With all these things, you'll probably see a couple videos on the camper, the trailer for sure. We have all that stuff, and then the Suburban will be next. We're going to be putting those performance parts in. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.